I love my baby. Yep, I love my chick. I love my baby. Yep, I love my chick. I love my baby. I love my chick. I love my baby. I love my chick. I love my baby. I love my chick. I love my chick. Is she? What up, everybody? Hope everyone is well. Give me one moment, man. I am trying to get my stuff together, homeboy. Because I feel good today. Like, I feel good today, man. Hold on, let me put this in the live chat in Discord. Dirt. Say TODAYS live. Do. Upload. Boom. All right, let's move this over here. Disable that. Bring my chat over here. Maximize it, but also get it out of the way. And let me look at the chat. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to CryptoPlunder. Welcome to Toxic Thoughts. My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. Today we're going to talk about the fact that we've called this market. We called it, right? I am not playing. When I was singing I love my baby, yep, I love my chick at the beginning of this video is because my lady helps my mind state stay on task, right? Because I can go all over the place in my head, but there's one big thing that stays with me always, right? What is my purpose and what I'm doing? Why am I doing what I'm even doing with y'all as far as doing these videos? They're not a selfless purpose. Some of it is a selfish purpose, right? Selfless in one regard is I don't believe that the media industry as it sits right now can maintain what it's doing. I know that we've already pivoted to digital. We've already seen the transitions. What I need people to understand is how you'll be making money on all fronts. Like, there's going to be multitudes of new radio stations, like multitudes of radio stations in multiple universes, in multiple virtual worlds, used in multiple ways, where it could be something as simple as NFTs that play your sound, right? So while I'm in Musical Geniuses in the Discord, link in the description, while I'm in Musical Geniuses and I'm thinking about business from a media perspective, I'm thinking about blockchain from a media perspective, always in the guise of musically, how can I utilize this technology in the future? Because I want to put my music out, right? So when I talk about Bitcoin, I talk about blockchain, and I say that it's selfless. I want y'all to see the business because I need you to see it. I need you to be able to see it to make the business decisions or the financial decisions that can help protect your families. That's important to me because, look, how can I do business with you in another 5 years if you're not ready for what's coming in 5 years? So where am I getting this? Why am I saying that? We're going to go up because I haven't, since the last video I did, I've been sending out information, right? So again, I was warning you, let's go back up. Again, MG, I'm not picking on you, bro. When I talked about last week, this is July 20th, right? So this was last Tuesday, right? The markets, when Blingham was saying that the market was going to go down even further, right? And I was like, nah, it's not going to really do that. It doesn't play that way, not during a halvening cycle. The halvening cycle from here, this point here, going up, you see that this right here, this is June, this is around the June time, this is around September time, this is November time. So and this is the halvening, right? So you see where the arrow is and you see how it played. You see this is around the November time, is right around here. This is January. So I know these colors and I know how they play. It's just how it's how I work. So I've seen these things coming and I've been saying, hey, if it falls into these patterns, these are just big pattern days where there's big pattern drops, but then I've been also mapping where are the big pattern surges. And that's important, right? So I said, yo, look, I've been mapping this since 2017 and the Bitcoin plays a certain way. MG couldn't see it. He squinted. So that's why I said, hey, look, back in the 21st, I said this is a dip zone, right? That before the 21st, that this was a known dip zone and that this is going to be a known pump zone. Now, I didn't know exactly why Bitcoin pumps. I have to wait for these things. I'm still learning too. This is my second season. So my first season, I caught the algorithm, right? I caught dips, seasonal dips that were really big. That was the first thing I learned. This season, not only am I learning the dips, using those seasonal dips, now I'm using what I learned the first season, but I'm also now capitalizing on the lesson I learned last season, which the last season was the 2016 to 2018 season, the halvening season, right? So from this season, now with me learning what's going on, I'm saying, all right, if this season plays the way we play, then I'm just going to utilize the numbers I know are the big pumps, and I will just build my business around riding these significant pump lines, especially if they're systematically always there. So I'm just going to ride it. There's systematic dips. There has to be systematic rises. We keep going up in price, right? And it has to because of the scarcity of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a system, man. This is hardware. And somebody put a logical ecosystem or plan into the hardware that lets it be able to pay for its own replication. That's all Bitcoin is a new idea for IT techs to say, hey, wait a minute, I can replicate a machine and earn money from maintaining it. Yay, all right, let's go. Once you understand that, it becomes a new business model for you. And how you plan the hardware just determines that, right? So from the YouTube channel, I said, I called it 3 years ago where I was seeing these dips, and I even said plans. I was starting to learn a little bit of how to plan for them. But again, I'm shaky because I'm young in this. It was my first season. Just like it's y'all's first season. There's nothing wrong for it being your first season. Just understand that this is a business model. There's hardware being purchased every 3 years to get back in. And the only reason you get back in is because you're expecting, because people are purchasing the hardware, that they have to reap a benefit, that more people are going to buy it. So there must be more utility for it. As people keep printing money, countries printing money, or people now start doing business on blockchain. So I just pay you in cryptocurrency to do work. I pay you in USDC to do work. So now I'm looking at it like, okay, how do I get work done? So that's what I've changed this season. So what you're hearing from me is me adding practicality to the idea of crypto. It's what I had to do when I had to make a transition to the internet. From being, okay, since I'm skipping the whole educated school thing because I'm moving from being a high school, barely graduating high school, to now trying to get my way into a bank, being a web designer, because of a piece of software. That's my leverage point. I hacked the system to get in. And that's what you have to do. You have to look at system hacks. We talk about systemic racism, right? We talk about that. But then we don't look at the word system. We don't even check that word as in our vernacular or our library of our thoughts, as to say, wait a minute. There's a system of racism. Okay, there's a systematic way of classism too. There's a systematic way of monetism too. So if you don't understand monetary policy or how to fiscal responsibility. If you don't understand the fiscal side of things, well, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And that's what I've been learning. Like I want to share the lessons I've learned. Especially when I notice a transition. Like I noticed the internet and I noticed the business side of the internet in 95. I jumped all over it, got into the business side of it, padded up my resume with all of the stuff that I learned, HTML, Dreamweaver, Adobe Photoshop. You put all those things in your list. You put you make a website, right? I put a website up using Dreamweaver. I made my designs in Photoshop. I cut them up. I made the HTML a certain way to make the backgrounds work and everything designed nice because it gave me a hack. I didn't have to learn code. I just had to learn a tool that gave me code. Well, that thought process of mine never changed. What are the tools that I can use that gives me an edge to run my business? Now, like I said, WordPress for me can't scale the way I want because it was built for an older thought of business. We now have to look at who's successful. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what makes them successful? Community. Okay, so how do we build community-based businesses? Well, what is the biggest financial community on the planet right now? That would be all of crypto. Those are all individual communities, and those communities have revenue that's been poured into them by the community. That community makes videos for those communities. They are spending their sweat equity making sure people get to hear or know about the products they care about. It's something that, I learned when I got into stock investing. I studied the people who were big in stocks, the hedge fund managers, and one of the biggest ones was Jim Cramer, who's now on CNBC. I read those books to get an understanding of the mind state of the people playing this game. The pirates. They all have pirate mentality. If you look at hedge fund managers and watch documentaries, I'll see if I can find a documentary about the hedge fund managers. In fact, let me see. I wasn't going in this direction, but hedge fund manager documentary. So there you go. You can start looking at all these documentaries about the hedge funds and what they do, and then there's of course the movies, right? That you can all the Boiler Room and all those other movies that were really, Boiler Room is big. Movie Boiler Room. I know there's newer ones now, which I probably need to look about some new ones. Boiler Room, right? Welcome to the infamous Boiler Room, where 20-something millionaires are made overnight. Fly-by-night brokerage firm. Hyper-aggressive young stock jocks peddle unsuspecting buyers over the phone and are rewarded with mansions, Ferraris, and more luxury toys than they know what to do with. Gen Xers chase the green breakneck speed, sometimes one step ahead of the law. So, damn, my generation did this crap? That's fucked up. My bad, y'all. So where you have this hyper stock mentality of jumping into the market and making money, that's pretty much why what's happening is happening. These shorts were getting bodied. Today, we're going to look at the news, but I've already looked and read this morning. I did some research and I saw it. Saw exactly what's been happening, and it's been crazy to see. Definitely crazy to see. So let's get into it so we can talk about all the goods. The shorts are getting bodied. Bitcoin surges as expected. Did you prepare? Did you get your numbers ready? Did you buy the dips? Did you believe that the pump was going to come from the information that you were receiving? Or did you stay still and you don't believe it yet? These are decisions you're going to have to, deal with. These prices are never going to be seen again. Well, they will be, but it'll be like November of next year, where we bottom back down to around these levels again. Not these levels, maybe right above these levels. So it'll be like in the 60 zone, maybe 50 zone. But we may not ever get back down to these levels again. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We don't know. If we do, that'd be great. I'll be buying back down here again, because I know we're gonna run, right? So the hash rate is stabilizing. It's dipping and dripping a little bit, but I still think there's miners moving around. I think there's staggered approaches to this. So let's say you see it going down. That might be a system being unplugged in one location. Then when it finally gets to the next location, they'll boost it up. So maybe the Bitcoin miners, since they're all talking to each other, they had the meeting that we talked about in the last videos last week. I told you about the B word summit and all that stuff that Elon Musk was going to talk there. And that's with the 21st around there. The surge is going to begin to happen. All the news can't keep it down. Also, one of the things I did not know, did not think of, I should say, was the fact that the people that were expecting the market to go down would have to buy back the Bitcoin. If we didn't break past to the lower points and they thought it was going to break lower, they were betting on the market going lower. The option market, where I talk about shorts, for those of you that don't understand what I'm saying, is when you're trading, you can buy a stock. And then there's people who can speculate or bet. So if you want to gamble, you can bet on the stock. And those are the options traders. And when you're trading options, you can bet on the future of what the price is going to be. So you can say, I can buy an option and say, in the next 3 months, I'm going to take a bet that this particular stock is going to go up or down, or crypto, Bitcoin. Like I can bet Bitcoin's going to go up or down. Now I can place those bets and win on those. Now, this season, I'm comfortable, and I'm starting to get comfortable in betting to when I want to purchase. I also got to look at where these options and all this other stuff, so I can see whether or not I want to use the system I'm currently working with. Like, hey, there's this system that I see that I talk about here. And is this a good opportunity for me to get into options that are expiring in these windows, so that I can also play the other side of the trade? Because right now I'm only playing on the upside of the trade long term. I may get back into options in Bitcoin, because if I'm seeing a systematic pattern, I may want to play that, right? So again, I teach y'all what I learn when I learn it. And these are the things I'm learning now. Like, this is stuff that you're seeing on the fly. Toxic Thoughts is me dumping my thoughts as I figure things out. Or just calling my shots before they go, so that I was like, hey, I told my girl, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm saying I love my baby, I love my check, because my girl has been there listening to me since 2017, and it's only been her. And now she's seeing that I'm calling it, and y'all are seeing it, and it's not just me now. I'm doing this because I don't need just me to see it. And if I'm making my business decisions, I want people to see that my business decisions are based right now off of a cyclical pattern. And I'm basing those decisions, and that's how I base my purchases, so that later in the future, as more revenue is in the coffers for the company, I can now have the company work specific types of ways. Like, this is not going to happen forever. Bitcoin will not be the control forever. It will not be the number one coin forever. Right now, it controls tides. At some point, Bitcoin will not be controlling the oceans right now. It won't. So we just got to get prepared for right now. Since it's happening, ride it. Right? So right now, I believe we're seeing a stabilization of hash rates. We're gonna see a slow build back up. Like we said, when the fall fell down, I was like, we're just gonna wait. And when it starts seeing a recover, like we did here, I said it's gonna be no, I wasn't here for that. I said if we do go up, it's gonna be a slow build again, and that's exactly where it's going. And then it crashed again because that was the China FUD, and it crashed it down. This was Elon's FUD, and it brought the market down. And now we're rising back up. We'll rise back slowly. The thing is we will rise up. Miners will turn machines on. People want to mine Bitcoin. Countries are putting Bitcoin miners online. They're buying miners. So that's hardware. This is a hardware play, not a speculative play. As long as there's machines being bought at today's prices, then machines are getting bought. Machines will go online. People have to maintain that. People have to be paid. They got to be fed. They got to stay alive to keep mining and maintaining these machines, or keep putting them online, or keep expanding these mining facilities. I want to build a mining facility in my city. That's my goal, and I'm going to walk the path with you, showing you how to do it. Or as I build the network with all of y'all are shooting video and showing everyone how to do it too. The goal is, as I'm learning how to build a facility of showing people what I do, that's the data software application I'm building out now. One of the reasons I'm concentrating on data plays and how I'm going to interact with the data, how do I build an app, is I want to build an app for my own software to be able to manage my own catalog, to manage my music, the assets, where are they, how do they make money? In the multi-verses that the music is in. I don't know what games are going to be in, and I want to invest in the hardware and the games. That's part of one of the things of this talk is it. One of the portions of this talk is going to be, right? So hold on, over here. Let me go over here real quick. Another thing I got to do is open up my Yup. Yep. There we go. Give me a second, because it still has some information that I gotta take care of. So give me un momento. I just gotta do this one little thing so that it can be on here. I need the yup. And then I need to yup. Oops. Give me a second, y'all. I just need to fix one little thing here. There we go. And then copy this. Let me put this back to this. Copy this. And paste this. Where do I put this? Give me 1 second. File, save as. Oh, wait. Wow. Hold on. I got a better idea. Put this in the Discord. So copy this and put this in Discord. Where are you, Discord? There you are. And let me put this in here. Drop this down here so that I can have a gala update. Link in the description to the Musical Geniuses Discord. As I tell you, it is like you gotta have a pirate mind state. I want to have a whole discussion. I had to talk to MG about think about some 3 a.m. ish. For real. For real. Hold on. Damn, what did you just do? I just messed up something. Give me one moment. There we go. All right. So, we were up here, right? So part of my talk, right? I had talked about the way that this window is working and the news is everything that's going on. I'm gonna go back to the browser in a second, but I want to get through this thought that we were talking about a second ago, which was the fact that this pump was coming, where I expected to be 132K by November-ish time frame. The fact that we got debit cards coming that are now being rolled out. Those debit cards are going to be USDC, C as in Charlie. USDC is going to be the stable coin of the United States. I pretty much know that's going to be it. They're already putting it on every card now. You're not going to do this and then the government's like, no, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to, right? No, they're not doing that. So since we know that this is coming, I'm making the pivot to say Coinbase is basically the new PayPal. I've got an entrance, right? I can put money from a bank account or money from a wallet into it, and then I can earn in that ecosystem, whether it be percentages or whatnot, right? So you don't really need a quote unquote bank account, but you do need a way to get walletized revenue into that wallet. But I do suggest at least a PayPal account because you can hook a PayPal account into it, get a business PayPal account and create your businesses. Corporations are the new pirate ships. They were always the pirate ships. The corporation is what you wrapped your ship under. Your ship was your business. It was a floating business. That's why I said we got to go back to pirate thoughts. Like Bob said, pirates robbed him and sold him on the merchant ship. We are pirates. We are legacy pirates. We are legacy from ship mariners. We were just called pirates because, hell, if you're on our waters and you don't like how we run, don't come on our waters. Plain and simple. And there's a transition happening in our heads. Like I keep saying, we've got to change mentally. So mentally, what we have to do is like on that video, in this video here, I show the seasons of Bitcoin. I show you where everything seasonally kind of dips, and I go back to 2015 and I kind of walk you all the way up through a halvening cycle, through the dip I saw, through what happened in 2017, then what happened past 2017 to what happened through the 2020 halvening cycle just started, right? Halvening happened last year. Now we're getting ready to have the surge pump, and it's playing consistently in a pattern, you know, the one that I show you on this chart. Give me a second. Let me go back to my the browser right here, and it's the chart I show you here. Right? And where these arrows come from. I show you how I place my arrows. I show you how to do the lines and sentiment charting, right? Link in the description with my sentiment charting video, which is right here. Right here. Intro to sentiment charting. It's how you get to understand how I draw my purple and blue lines. Get the crypto bots. Learn how to earn interest over time. We are financial mariners. We navigate waters of commerce. That's what we were doing in when Black Wall Street fell. That was what we were doing in Rosewood. That's what we were doing in the when it was 1492. That's what we were doing when it was Babylon. Period. We are financiers. We're bankers. That's what we've always been. We just forgot because they want us to be thugged out. I mean, we can be mercenaries, but we don't got to be thugged out like that. We got to concentrate on how we feed our families, our tribe. See, that's what they wanted to do. Divide and conquer. And we're so busy fighting for small resources in our own quote unquote ponds, but those resources are being shrunk in the entire country. They want us to play a dummy mission on this bullshit game they got going. We got to flip it. We got to flip it. The game that they're playing, the analog one, is over, right? So when I show you in this video, the seasons of Bitcoin, I also show you this new gaming industry. Like we got to understand gamification is what's happening of how finance is being taken care of. We're not serious about how we handle finances. Really, the computer's going to handle it for us and make sure we make money. I'm just learning how to automate that for myself and the company. I'm showing you how I'm automating it so you can do it for yourself and your families and your companies, your ships, your corporations that raise flags, logos, trademarks, right? Trade your mark. Trade on your mark. Get, set, go. Here I go again. Cash rules everything around us. That's what Wu-Tang said, right? Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Those dollars are from what? Where do they come from? How are they manufactured? How do we know the dollar is weighted on what? What is it weighted on? Debt. Imaginary paper that is being printed and printed and printed. It's not based on anything. It's fiat. So my digital fiat's no different, but at least it has hardware attached to it. When the hardware goes down, the price of it goes down. Isn't that what we just saw? Hold on. That's the correlation, y'all. I want you to see it. Hardware went down. Price went down. Hardware goes up. Price goes up. Terahashes per second are transactions. How many hashes? How many terahashes per second is per second the Bitcoin network is performing in the last 24 hours. The estimated number of terahashes per second the Bitcoin network is performing in the last 24 hours. You need more and more machines to speed up the network. But each machine is getting less and less every time we hit one of these blue arrows. That's a halvening cycle. And it's been doing that for many multiple years. It's been doing it for multiple years since the first halvening cycle began in 2012, y'all. The second one, 2016. The third one in 2020. The next one will be 2024. Bitcoin doesn't stop mining until 2140, 118 years from now. Will the machines not mine anything anymore? That's why I said, y'all got to understand, this is mining equipment. This is being dug. It's using electricity and hardware to create an security, quote unquote, according to the government, quote unquote, that's being purchased by banks, quote unquote, and countries, quote unquote. These are all corporate structures. Each state in the union is a corporate structure. Pirates are in charge of each corporate structure, and they parliament or Congress. Right? Congress. Parliament. UK uses parliament. In America, we have Congress. So we're either congressing here or you have parliaments. Place of, hey, don't bug out. We're pirates here. It's parliament is part of piracy. I told you that before. Look at my other videos. I'm going to try to do a whole pirate video because pirates of Silicon Valley, how tech industry acts, they act like pirates. How hackers act, they act like pirates. They're trying to raid and pillage you. They're trying to break into your vessel, your machinery. All of these computers are machines now. I can use your machine to earn money from me. So breaking into your machine as a hacker can be very feasible for me. Now I don't want your machine down. I want it to stay up and make me money. I want to ransack your machines. That's what these hackers are doing. And phones are now the new targets. Soon it will be cloud machines to be able to mine more cryptocurrencies as more cryptocurrencies are being relevant, because people are going to be stuck using these WordPresses that are going to get hacked to oblivion. And these servers are going to be starting to be used to mine. And Amazon will probably turn a slight blind eye to it, especially if it's mining its own coins. So this Amazon news that is being talked about in the chat, thank you. I think it's Esco. I think Esco brought it up in the chat. Okay, so in the conversations in the Discord, I also talked about Elon Musk in this video, the fact that there's a plan of how he's going to use the solar cells and the power walls now to be able to mine cryptocurrencies like Doge. I told y'all I bought some just because now I understood you can't shake a billionaire's ideas for how he wants to make his own cash. Since he already had a power grid and he already has now the solar cells and now he has a storage facility, he could put other storage devices in that box, you know, like hard drives to be able to mine stuff and hold stuff. So he's building out an infrastructure for all his robots. I get it because I want to build the same damn thing. I get it. You're hearing it from me because I'm telling y'all. He gets it. I don't like how he plays with the space, but I can't care about that. The space is already being manipulated. And it has its pops. It has its breathing. I'll also tell you about the metaverses, right? The next internet metaverse. Multiple people, Facebook, everybody, Amazon, everybody, the hardware that does the GPUs, NVIDIA, everybody is looking at the virtual world. And in 3 a.m., we're talking about the fact that people are going to end up being synthetics. But we're not dealing with that in the cash lane. We're dealing with where is the cash flow during this transition from analog to digital. It's a cash lane, right? This is the cash lane in Musical Geniuses. So I got to look at a lane of money. Hey, here's a lane. I don't care how we feel about the lane. There is financial investment in the lane. They invested in the internet. Y'all making money off of it now, right? We all got our zip files up there on downloading. We got our PayPals, right? Who created PayPal, y'all? Let's not act cute and clamorous. It was Elon Musk created PayPal. So Elon Musk likes Dogecoin. Elon Musk liked eBay, put PayPal with eBay. Y'all don't watch these pockets. Y'all want to pocket watch the wrong freaking people. Y'all want to pocket watch everybody around you, not pocket watch, and now be able to, because you got the information and you have, look, I can invest with $100 and I showed y'all how to do that with the robots. You don't have to pay $120 a month. You can do 5 robots for $14. So let's not be cute and clamorous. We know how to make $50 a month. We can start investing. If you can figure out how to make $50 a month that you can put away, you can start putting away investments for the future. It's not whether or not Bitcoin's going to be 100K this year, and then the next cycle it goes to maybe 500K. It's going to do something for the next 5 years. Minimum, I'm going to ride that. Ride the tech. It will change. New tech will come. Watch what wins. See who loses after the shakeout in November. November, Bitcoin will shake out like it played out before. Now, I also look at, hey, there's this digital universe everybody's talking about. Everybody's starting to see this big growth in gaming being profitable. Wait a minute. What does Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki talk about? Even though this video is hella annoying, yo. Robert, yo, for real? If you're going to have a guest on your damn show, dude, for the love of everything, man, shut the hell up and let the man speak. Like, I have to go through this video, and I try to do it in double time, so I speed it up. But then every time the guy is trying to make a point, this dude is just yapping just so he can say, hey, I'm a smart dude. He has this is what I do. If I do interviewing, which MG, remember I told you I want to interview, man. I'm not done. I'm just in the middle of a cycle, so I can't get there yet. But I do want to interview you. For real, fam. But yeah, the economy's not good. So if you go through this, you'll have to skip through when he's talking. I might just clip everything out and get all the good stuff out, put it in a video, and then just talk about what I see. So I'm going to work on that because I do want to go through this, but I do want to get some information from this video. So then, okay, we're looking. I said yesterday, I said, hey, we're on pace, right? So look what I'm doing. This day had not happened yet, where this arrow is, and I'm saying I'm still holding that this is a significant day. This week, this is in the week. I shouldn't say day. That this week is important. That something happens this week that starts to pull this damn thing up, and it's happened every cycle. So I just put the arrow up, and I got to stand true to it. I'm saying, hey, there's a possibility it's going to run. While that's happening, I'm also talking about Gala and the fact that the node, has been mining, right? So I've been earning on the node, and I also got an update today that I just put in there about updates. And I also talk about the fact this weekend, I put it in the Discord, link in the description, Musical Geniuses. Thank you, MG, for the community. That the 10K wallets were accumulating. They were in accumulation mode, and they're playing with the market to try to shake people out still. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Then I also talk about Jack Dorsey, who's saying that Twitter is going to do something with Bitcoin on his back end that's going to make Bitcoin scarce. Imagine all their Twitter users. Imagine Twitter, which is a country unto itself. Look at all the people on Twitter. How many still active daily users does Twitter have, right? So hold on, let's do that. Let's do that exercise. I want you to do these exercises in thought, these thought exercises, right? Use Google as your tool to get you the data. Twitter, active users. As of first quarter 2021, Twitter had, that means past this quarter, 199 million, look at the word they use, monetizable daily that's 199 million active potential users. Now let's just say half of that is robots. So let's say we still got about 50 million active real people rolling through that system. That's 50 million people that if they just paid $1 for something on Twitter would mean that there was a $50 million of transactions that could be happening from Twitter users alone. That's a thought experiment, y'all. Okay, not Twitter. We talk about, I said Facebook, right? So let's look at Facebook getting into Bitcoin. 2.5 billion monthly active users. Again, let's do the thought experiment. What if half of those are just machines? You still got 1.4 something million active users, monthly users. That if you get, billion, not million, 1.58 billion, 1.4 something billion active monthly transactions potentially, right? Then you've got Instagram. Then do you see how it compounds on top of itself, right? These are the ways that revenue, what crypto, as Amazon, as Twitter, as Facebook, all of these companies begin to jump on board. Everything begins to change. The amount of transactions change. And as I've been telling you, I've been waiting for the pump. And now I kind of get why. The shorts were gonna get bodied for thinking we were gonna break lower. But if you did your sentiment charting, you knew we were at a significant line that it could barely touch and break through. How long do you think that they could hold it? I kept telling you this week was going to be significant. I told you we were going to have these dips. These dips came. I told you this run was going to come. I didn't know why. I'm not Notre nigga or Nigadamus. Or as we like to say in the tribe, Naga. Right? I'm not Nagadamus. I'm just sitting there saying there's something that systematically happens, and I'm watching systematic changes every single time, which is redunculous. Now we're starting to see why, right? So again, let's look at the manipulator and look what he did over the weekend, right? So when I showed you the screenshot, let's go back into the Discord, right? Let's go back to the screenshot that we have here for where the manipulator was over the weekend. So we were at this point where 86 was where we were on the weekend, right? So what did the manipulator end up doing? The manipulator has dropped it down by 1. He's trying to pull the market down again. But at the same time, or he moved money into bigger wallets to make it look like he's pulling the market down. Again, what ends up happening is a huge shuffle between these wallets pulling a whole bunch of accumulation, or the 100 wallets silently accumulating or silently dumping, or silently moving their money into these 1,000 wallets, right? And these 10K wallets seemingly dumping, but they're moving silently into other wallets. It's like a game, an orchestrated game, which is crazy to me, because I'm like, all right, prove me wrong, because I've been doing these arrows since, you can see how long I've been doing this, since 2017. So now I'm at the point like, well, how do we as a tribe play with the data? And that's what we've been doing. Hey, y'all, be careful. This dip is getting ready to come. Boom, it comes. Hey, y'all, don't get happy on it. If you see a rise, it ain't ready yet. Boom, the dip's going to be coming. Boom, on the 21st, I called the dip was going to be all the way here in July. And it came. I also said, hey, we should start seeing on this week a run-up beginning to form. It did. And boom, this week we should start to see the breakout. We have. The breakout's now coming. Why? Bitcoin futures are traded. Here we go. Nearly 900 million in crypto short positions liquidated as BTC breaks 39,000. This was the big news. This is what I didn't realize. And this is what we're going to add as our data that I'm going to add to the, like I said, the application I want to build, y'all. I want this stuff to be told to us up front. I want us to know when these things are going to come so we can plan for them. And I want to know when these spikes are going to happen and how these spikes are happening, especially if they're systematic. What happened? Shorts happen. Like, I think that this spike is another short. I think that the end is right at the end of the month, right? Yeah, right at the end of the month. Right at the end of the month, right? July 26th, right? The last week of the month is when shorts expire, right? Last week of the month, shorts expire, right? This one's weird, but we'll have to see. I think shorts expire around the 15th. That's a half the month. I think it's the second week and the fourth week of the month is when shorts expire. Let's check. When do shorts expire? And if we can time that as something that gets into the system, let's do Bitcoin, right? Is there a calendar? Oh, that's it. That's it. Hold on, Bitcoin. If we got short options calendar. I think that's what I used to have. Options. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. The spirit's moving me someplace. Give me a second. Bitcoin futures calendar by the CME group. Futures. Bitcoin's micro. 827. 818, that doesn't follow. 730 July 30. Expirations are getting ready to happen. Hold up. Wait. Right? 26, right? Hold on. Let me get my calendar up. 26. That means Friday. That means this day. August 2nd would be the pump. That means next week. That means Monday. That means, yup, that is why we will have the surge happen. They've got to buy back their positions because we didn't crack this line like they thought it was going to happen. They were expecting it to crack at 30. It didn't crack the 30. It didn't stay down there. We moved up. Their positions got liquidated because Bitcoin cannot handle being below there. And systematically, people get scared out of their positions early. Hey, let me just take the L on this now. I don't want to be caught with my pants down up here. As we get closer, people are going to be buying more and more as we get to this date. More and more as we get to the 30th. As we get to the 30th, more and more people are going to start selling down. Let's go into the day, right? So we can actually look at that. So what I'm saying is, if they're going to expire here, you see how that surge is going to come up quick. That surge is going to be right in this zone. So that's why, yeah, that's the data we now got to put into the system once we get going. Right? So I'm going to put a note in Discord so that we have it as a team and a unit, because this is not a me thing. This is an us thing. I'm going to get back to that news in a second, but I do want to put this note in now while I remember. Note, Bitcoin expirations are potential. POT. Reasons for surge. And then I need to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. System will add the data. We'll say version 1.5. I'm not going to put versions here. We'll just, because I am working on the software now, so I'm just leaving a note for myself because I actually look at this. Bitcoin expiration or potential Bitcoin options. Hold on, sorry. And let me not put E as in this is an important thing. It's just what it is. Bitcoin options. Expiration or potential. Expirations, plural. All the reasons for the surge. Hold on one second, y'all. Give me one moment. Hold on. My apologies. I have to do one thing real quick. So, here we go. So, like we on this chart, been saying that the pump was coming. Up here. Oh, let me finish up here. Again, Bitcoin and Twitter, we talked about that. Helium, I talked about the potential coins are going to be listed on Coinbase. We talked about Helium. We talked about Theta, that's video. Render, that's being able to get into the video backend, rendering for like movies and TV shows or even games, trailers, even rendering stuff for like, imagine we can hook our GPUs up and really do work in Photoshop and for other people, right? So it's really starting to think of how we can use our computers for different things and now using that on the chain, quote unquote chain, right? Think of it as Bitcoin is a proof of work. Think of all these other ways we can use our physical computers to do actual work as an alternative proof of work. An alternative way that we can prove work was done is delivering an MP4 file, right? There you go. That's the proof of file. That's the proof of work. Hey, I need a video, manufacture it. The machine does it. It comes back. Somebody approves it. Boom. That is it's been verified that everybody verifies that they've seen the video. All right. Is there any glitches? No. Okay. Approve. Does the client approve it? Yes, they approve it. Boom. The work's done. It's validated on chain. The storage is done in another location. Or you can even put it on another storage blockchain, right? So we have those things. That's why I look at storage. Where are we storing files? That's how we're dealing with Amazon, right? You're storing things in buckets. And then you want to put executable code. And now you want that executable code to run randomly or autonomously and not have a, almost like we say serverless, right? Or decentralized. So when you're dealing with centralized computers, they are called serverless applications. Amazon Lambda is one of those things that you'll understand if you look at programming. Amazon Lambda does that. And then on blockchain, it would be writing these decentralized apps and having decentralized scripts or NFTs running. NFTs are the new Lambda programs for the decentralized blockchain. So I'm seeing the correlation of how this business is coming. And I see in the business world, this has new fancy names, just like how servers became the cloud. Now, blockchain is becoming other things. It's becoming ambiguous. The technology is what's standing on its own. Amazon, thanks Esco, Amazon accepting Bitcoin now, y'all. We were expecting that to begin. I was actually going to be one of the news items that's coming up. You'll show you in a minute. But thanks, Esco's keeping an eye on things. And like he said, yeah, and that's going to make it even more scarce. 21 million Bitcoin. 21 million, that's it. 18.5 is gone. So everything that we're selling, and only 17% is on like even less is on exchanges now. And when people are buying it, they're buying it and sticking in their wallets and holding it. If they understand, hey, I'm just gonna wait for this pump. People are gonna FOMO, fear of missing out. They're gonna FOMO in because they're gonna see Bitcoin jumping and jumping. Oh my God, Bitcoin's at 60. I better get it now. No, you should have got it at 30, 40. Like get it in that window. Where? The window we've already talked about. We are in an accumulation pattern zone. Between this line here and this line here is the best time to accumulate. Why? It was where we formed a pattern already. So as long as you're in this channel, anywhere in this channel, it's a good place to be. Because this line is a super breakout point. Super. So the minute we touch this thing, we're going to go hyper back up here. Because these lines, you drop down when you break one of these monthlies. You see it happen. Boom. Monthly. Boom. We went back to almost touch that monthly. When you break these lines, it wants to get back to where sentiment felt comfortable last time. That's why I wanted to show you how to do this. Chart your path. What is it? Plan your trade and trade your plan. I plan my trades. I'm buying, buying, buying. Hey guys, I'm buying, I'm buying, I'm buying, I'm buying, I'm buying, I'm buying. I'm not buying anymore. Once it breaks past this line, I'm not buying anymore. Wait, it broke out. That's not the time. There's a couple dips. So I'm going to hold out because I think it's going to get pulled back down. And I started buying. Because my goal is to buy low, sell high. So where's the best place? I already know where my high is. I already know it's going to come back because I know the halvening cycle just started last year and it doesn't end till November. Because that's how it played out the cycle before it and the cycle before it. I do these things so I want you, I know I harp, y'all. I know these videos are long and I know I harp, but I harp because I'm passionate about this shit. I don't know any other way to make money from my business. I don't know how to make money from my family because I'm watching all the analog close up around me and I'm a digital dude. Then I'm watching countries make money in gaming. That's the reason why you're seeing my shift to gaming, because I always tell you to earn your crypto. I've been saying that in 2017. I ain't stopped. If you go back to my video, I keep saying earn your crypto, earn your crypto, earn your crypto. My last video is talking about creating a media company it's hard to do. Because at the time, my media company was forced to rely on Twitter or Facebook, and I have to pay them to really get eyeballs. And most of the people there were, for the most part, are robots. So you got to get through the noise to get heard. I don't want to get in a noise situation. I just need to be the easiest way to have things done for us is the path of least resistance. When you are on MySpace first, you were heard. So get on the games and platforms first. You will be the new rock stars. You'll be the new super producers. You'll be the new everything in media. Guys, radio stations are oversaturated. The towers don't matter anymore because Wi-Fi is going up anywhere. When Wi-Fi becomes just as prevalent as regular radio broadcast towers, they're going to have more Wi-Fi, 5G, Wi-Fi stations, all like being able to broadcast. You're going to be able to just get whatever internet you want. Internet's going to be so cheap, it's not going to even matter because it's going to be so fast. It's not going to matter because it's so cheap and so fast. So we're going to get to a point where the speed of the internet ain't even going to matter anymore. So that's going to break a lot of resistance for how you build businesses, because how you build businesses will be cheaper on the infrastructure. So then it's just concentrating on your infrastructure. Do you think we're getting more digital or less digital? More. Do you think more people are going to use blockchain to be able to make more better business decisions because they're owning their data and being able to know that nobody can manipulate it because it's being verified by thousands of machines? We can't trust a freaking WordPress website. If I hack your WordPress website, I can change the data behind the scenes and you not know. Well, nobody's verifying that. It's a central point of failure. I don't build applications on that. I can't. I've been scared of that for years, which is why I ain't built one. I've been waiting for the tech to come out smarter. I just didn't know how it was going to be. And now that I see it, I'm like, oh, this now makes sense. I saw Ethereum and it made sense a little bit. But now with all these other businesses, now I'm just like, who's going to be Microsoft? How can I program fast? I already know what program I want to use. I've been telling y'all about it. And the new version just came out. So I'm getting ready to run, y'all. I'm getting ready. Design and prototype, develop and build. This is the company that got me my big development jobs. This company makes WordPress makes Dreamweaver plugins. It makes a plugin that you can turn Dreamweaver into a full-fledged builder. But they built a tool that lets you build applications. Full Node.js support. This is what I asked them to do. And he did it. Visual database management. Be able to manage your database. And it could be JSON. You know, the things that make up things like the blockchain. Yeah. Node.js makes blockchain as I could build potentially a wallet type beats here. If I have the right APIs to connect to do it, like with the right blockchain codes to do it, they're all coming. And since I can connect to any API service, it's just a matter of time of figuring it out. And then I can store in any one of these places and mess with any of these tools like this. See? I have ideas that are linked in fundamental business processes that make sense. Full stack. I keep telling y'all, development on full stack, design with real data. This program is the one that I am going to build my applications with. Look, it's showing you. Now, it'll be a little time for me to get up and running, deployed to any cloud platform. I just deployed a program for, and again, that's why I'm talking about Gala so much, is that for me, it's the first of its kind of an idea. Hey, I can put an application on chain in one of these small websites for $6 or whatever, or even $20, and I can do something on a blockchain and make money. I'm looking at cash, earning it through doing something. So lots of web standards, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It can do PHP if I still want to do that, or Microsoft.NET if I wanted to do that, or Node.js, which that's what I want to do. I don't even know what that is. I got to look that up. All right. So again, this is the program that's going to get me to start building a wallet. So that, like I said, when Bitcoin goes boring, after this halving spike, right? Scroll down. Back at November, it crashes. It gets boring for a while to the next halving cycle. The next halving cycle after this one dies in November will be 2024. That's why I'm making sure that y'all understand this is a long game. This is not the short game. My strategy for my company and for the tribe, why I'm strategy officer, is to concentrate on long-term gains. Does analog make sense? Yay or nay? If analog makes sense, how do we play the analog? If digital makes sense, how do we play the digital? Is there a pattern to how we play? Seemingly, yes. Can we actually play it to kind of win? Potentially, yes. Okay, how do I ride my business decisions based off of that? These positions have been liquidated. Heavy. And it's Bitcoin surge as a squeeze shorts The squeeze of the shorts heads to 40,000. 43% of Singaporeans own crypto. Again, scarcity. What if when more countries jump into this? New gaming companies coming in. I told you about central bank coins, central bank digital coins. Here we go with a digital rupee, like I told you about a digital yuan, like I told you the US using USDC is going to have that be their central bank coin. I'm telling you. And they're going to print that to exhaustion, but they have to be able to do an audit on that, and at least we can do a digital audit. See? We can have requirements for that. That's what they're trying to make Tether do, and Tether's getting ready to do their audit. See? Told you. This is the system. Digital pound could replace cash, according to the British politician. So again, a digital currency for a country. Amazon to integrate Bitcoin payments and launch its own token by 2022. There we go again. More scarcity. So this is why I play the game I play. I'm like, okay, there's still only 21 million. Are we going to play right? Number of cryptocurrency ATM locations soar past 24,000 worldwide. So more access to buy coins. Now, I'm not dumb. Scarcity. See what it says? Bitcoin machine, right? ATM. I told you that the Coinstar machines. If you look at these Coinstar machines, start looking around, you'll see Coinstar machines with Bitcoin logos. That's again an opportunity for purchases for people who don't have access to cryptocurrency. Oh, I'm a grandma. I have some change. How do I do crypto? Oh, you mean I could have my crypto go to some type of card, and then that card gives me access to Oh, okay. You can hold my wallet for me. You could custodian it for me. That means these places become banks on their own in the future. This is how it begins. The ATM machine companies begin to conglomerate, and they become banks, and they become the new networks. These are nothing more than network machines. The ATM network becomes a very powerful force, and then they control the cards. They work with Visa and MasterCard to get off their stuff. Again, linking them into the system. Coinbase is a way. It's not the way. There's other ones, and I'm going to be looking at those exchanges soon. At this point, it makes no sense me jumping on any new exchanges because we know the pump's about to happen now. And it would cost me a lot of money to try to buy more capital to get into these other exchanges unless I have enough capital to circulate through, which right now, it makes no sense to spreading myself too thin as a business. Bitcoin mining is becoming vastly more decentralized. We talked about the fact that the miners are spreading. That's what's happening with this halvening point. Everybody's dumping, they were moving their machines, and now the machines are coming back online, but they're now spreading out, being more decentralized, which is what people were worried about. So let's spread out the risk. Okay, if we spread out the risk, as an institutional investor, I feel more comfortable, right? That's the game. We got to think about this like tech. Ethereum's triple halving may be delayed as security concerns. Yeah, I keep telling you, that's why I'm looking at other coins right now. Ethereum's a big ship. I ain't cashing all my eggs on that. And if I can earn 5% for another, it's going to be 2022, fine, I'll earn my APRs till then. It means my Ethereum's locked, so I'm not buying no more. And at this point, I'm looking at other coins who are going to potentially usurp it. And as more and more, we got to think of this almost like politics, right? And this is a new thought. It's my spirit moving again. We got to think of this almost like politics. And what happens if you have, let's say, a front runner, right? But you're competing. Let's say you've got the Democrats, you got a Republican, right? So let's say you've got your Democrat who's competing to try to beat a Republican, and the Republican is the sure shot winner, about to win, right? Like the last elections when we had before, the 20 whatever it was elections before Biden got into office, right? When we did the 70 whatever it was. When we had Trump in office, the more people in the Democratic side that was trying to compete is the longer it was, the less you actually could compete against the head person. That's the Republicans. All the Republicans like, now we just hedge our bets on our one leader, and now everybody else is just competing. Oh, I don't like him. Oh, I don't like him. But the Democrats competed for like a year, and the messages got so misconstrued. And by then, it's like, well, there's no sure leader. That's like why Hillary lost. There was nobody wanted any of them in office. They all look like dirtbags. And you the main person that was running was number one, right? So we got to look at, with Ethereum, how many people are competing to be a smart contract? How long is it taking them to get on board? If they ain't doing they ish now, then what are you waiting on, right? So now that's why I said back in the Discord, higher up, right up here. That's one of the reasons I put if you scroll up here, where is it? There it is, right here. And I talk about Elrond. This is why I talked about this back here, and that was July 8th, right? So almost a month ago, soon, I told y'all, I was like, yo, I'm not putting all my eggs. I don't want to hedge on ADA to win, and I'm not gonna hedge on Ethereum to win. Hey, this one has 31.4 million Bitcoin. The price is lower than where it was before. If this one wins and it's already scarce, it's as close as Bitcoin, and it already has smart contracts, and it's already rolling out this stuff, and it has a lot of, and it's massively scalable. All right, I'm going to look at this really. If I can put my programming here. I'm really looking at it, right? So this is why I look at Elrond, because I'm seeing what's happening with Ethereum and what's happening with Cardano. And I'm like, well, just in case there's more delays, who else is winning? There's Matic and there's Elrond. So those are my other plays that I'm playing that I can long-term, and also Polkadot is also potentially a data play. Bitcoin transfer volume now exceeds 15.8 trillion. This thing is a processing machine, but at the same time, it's still slow, but it's still getting more machines online, still speeding up the network. So as long as the network keeps speeding up, it really doesn't matter. Bitmain to host miners in a 180 megawatt data center in Kazakhstan, right? So I told you, Chinese miners are spreading everywhere. This is the one I told you about, the Bitcoin. Replace your coin with a digital currency. Robinhood is doing IPOs in a different way. It's all in on crypto. Oh yeah, this is also they're doing IPOs now. So if you're into the stock market and you're using Robinhood, they're doing IPOs. I'm not an IPO person anymore, but I mean there might be certain IPOs that might pop on the tech side for y'all over there. So I'll just keep a look on any cryptos that might slide to the left on that. And if you want to get some exposure on that side to earn, you might be able to do that as well. Right now, DeFi is having a little bit of a regulation situation popping up. That's the best way I can put it, right? DeFi right now means decentralized finance. It's a way for you to get on these exchanges. So let's say I want to use SushiSwap, right? And let me make sure I'm in, right? Give me a second. I guess I am. So in SushiSwap, like, you can sit there and you can swap your coins for other coins. Like, you can swap, USDT. I could swap it for some other coin. Like, let's say I wanted I wanted to buy some. There's all these weird coins. I don't even know what half this crap. Kucoin, KNC. No, that's Kyber Network. It's KCS, I think is. Oh, Sand token. That's an interesting Sandbox. That's a game token. So if I wanted some of that, I could sit there and say, use my max of that, and I could buy this, and boom, the impact too high. It's whatever, right? And I'm using Polygon Network. Price impact too high. I don't know what that even means. But yeah, I can exchange, right? So I can use these things to exchange. Uniswap, which is also a decentralized app, allows you to do these things. Now, if I wanted to bypass buying coins that I can't get access to because they're on servers outside of America and they block my IP, I could get some of the coins I want to buy, these other coins I don't mind. If I can get them for a fraction of pennies, I want them. Right? So, but if I can't get them from the exchanges until they're too expensive because America's locking, I'm getting blocked out because of America's sensibilities to wanting to be the police force of the freaking world, well, then I've got no choice but to buy them in other markets, right? We've got to pillage the waters that be. Again, this is a pirate game. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I can buy this stuff. Well, what's happening now is Uniswap is blocking certain tokens. Again, giving into regulators. So we're looking at the DeFi, meaning decentralized finance, but how can it be DeFi if you're blocking things from a central point? See? There's a problem there. So you're not really decentralized. So what I'm looking at is I've got to look at which company places that I want to purchase, which DeFi exchanges I want to use that are actually DeFi. So that's the next thing as I'm getting into DeFi, like Aave and all these other places where you're getting to decentralized finance. You're earning interest in a decentralized way outside of being on a central server. As we start getting to decentralized, getting deeper into decentralized finance, especially after Bitcoin crashes, it's going to be getting deeper into these networks of earning, right? That's what we'll be working on. That's what the training is going to come to. As we get through this pump cycle, we're going to get down to the brass tacks of long-term earnings. But we just got to get through this pump. But we're going to be looking, that's another thing that's on our radar, which let's go ahead and put that note now while I'm still thinking about it. And that's going to be the DeFi centralization and censorship, right? So DeFi censorship, I think that's it. With Uniswap, right? With Uniswap. Let's do it that way. There. DeFi censorship, yeah. So there. So that's what we're dealing with, right? So we got to look for new DeFi ways to earn money outside of the ones that want to censor up. Like if we need censorship, just go on a regular exchange. Use Coinbase, right? If you need censorship in your life, use Coinbase. Use Binance. Use Kucoin. Use Gemini. Use all these centralized places. Use that. But if we're talking about decentralized finance, they should not be controlling the tokens that be. So I'm looking at where I can even sell tokens. Like if I'm buying tokens, where can I put those tokens up for liquidity someplace else and earn? Right? And is the place secure? Do I have to worry about some type of contract bleaching everything out of the system later down the line, right? So that's kind of like where we're going to be looking at next year. I'm going to let this whole shakeout happen and then see what DeFi protocols live and survive after this halvening cycle. Because as Bitcoin gets higher and higher, the hacks are going to be the bounty to get these hacks, to like people getting hacked, are going to be huge. When the exploits are going to be rampant for these networks that that aren't really shored up, especially if they're just clones or they don't have the infrastructure to protect themselves. You need a community to protect yourself. So the biggest communities with the most programmers that are doing the most fixes and can get them to market the fastest and have the most sound and secure protocols based off of good sound practice and research are gonna survive. And the ones that aren't, or that don't have the track record like Ethereum does, or they don't have like really, they got getting ready to roll out, and they're, we still got to see if things are going to break even when Cardano and all these other things come out. Like, we just got to see, like, everything's going to roll out. So we're going to have to wait till next year to see who survives and who breaks. Right now, that's why I'm sticking with the winners, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top 5 pretty much, besides any stable coins. Again, I tell you about scarcity of Bitcoin. Again, here we are. Bank of America gives an approval for Bitcoin futures. So what's going to happen when you got to buy back with your bets? So do we think we're going to have more spikes because they're missing the mark on where they're expecting Bitcoin to go because they're not watching the pattern of Bitcoin? That more people going to get access? It's going to be easier for these spikes? Yup. So we're going to see these dips and spikes are going to be large. Well, I won't say the dip is going to be larger, but it'll still be large. But these spikes are going to be huge because more and more people are going to have to buy back those futures. And buying back those futures means buying back the Bitcoin at the value of the day that the option expires. That's what we're seeing here. Options are getting ready to expire this week. And boom, we're seeing a spike. And as we get closer to the options expires, now explains why we get the spike. Now we look at the news to understand what we're looking for when we search. I had to begin to train my AIs, which I'm doing with Flipboard, to start looking for these, to start reminding us when we start seeing them again. So I'll also be training our other AI to see these as well. That these are important. That's tell me about expirations on futures. Futures are important. Let me know. Fear lingers as Uniswap delists stock tokens amid regulatory uncertainty. How are you able to do this? Unless you're centralized, right? So now I'm looking at not only Uniswap is the fact that your gas fees with Ethereum are expenses as fuck, but now you're also centralized enough to block coins? I need a DeFi situation. You're not decentralized. Did anybody vote on this? We'd have to look into that. I don't mind coins getting centralized if there's a vote from the community, from the majority holders of the coin. So if the Uniswap holders are voting on these coins to go down, then fine. Was there a vote? If not, we got to look about your tokenomics. Because your tokenomics are your economics for your tokens. Door launches first decentralized ad network. So now we're going to start looking at ad networks. Hey, what could you do with these networks? Could you not put like virtual ad boards inside virtual worlds for virtual sellers inside that world to advertise their wares? Could you not charge them to get on these boards that are in multiple places that you control land masses for? You got to look at the other hustles. This digital hustle, this is what I saw in Second Life. So I'm showing you things that are starting to pop up that I think are going to be tools for these multiverses that are getting ready to happen. And if I'm looking for coins that can do this, that means there's code, there might be APIs, there might be interjection for these things to happen, and that these tokenomics can handle the code of managing this way of me making revenue in a decentralized way. Or can I hook into your system and build my own systems on top of it? That's an idea, right? So Mandela's grandson is auctioning his books as NFTs. Your Mandela effect. Nelson Mandela's grandson. Start looking at some of his books, man. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I might put that as a link in the Discord if y'all are interested. Put some ones in the comments if you want me to put that link in the Discord. Bitcoin adds $1,700, surging for the third day in a row. Well, this is, of course, because we're getting closer to what we talked about, the options expiration. Bitcoin hints at a megaphone bottom pattern and a breakout towards 40K. This is, again, from 2 days ago. I'm showing you how The news was kind of hinting at something coming, but I didn't know what it was. But I went back to start grabbing. Polygon will move ahead of Ethereum in this sector, DeFi. Program, I don't even have to look at it. 6% of the American investors own Bitcoin. 6%. What did we say in the other places that had a percentage? What was the other percentage? 43% of Chinese people own crypto. We're now saying 6% of American investors own Bitcoin. You see there's room for a run, right? Just letting you know. Bitcoin holders among young investors more than quadrupled. So again, new investors are always going to run in. And as a younger mind state that understands digital more than us comes in, this is nothing. The gamification, the understanding of credits, all this stuff's been in their world, y'all. Y'all looking at it from your eyes because it ain't been there in your time. But they don't think like that, old head. I'm old. But I'm still young at mind to look for these childish ideals that make sense financial. Gamification is a rising thought process. Everything's being gamified. So as everything, like look at your mirrors are gamified. Look at how you work out, gamified. Look at how you invest. Robinhood by itself is gamification. Look at buying real estate that I showed you from that other place. Fundrise, right? Fundrise.com, right? Let me show you. Hold on. Just so you don't think I'm tripping the frick out. Fundrise.com is gamification of real estate. The future of real estate. Get the app. Look at a project. Here's your app. Application / game. Smarter diversification. Easy to get started. Tell us about yourself. Select an account level. Grow your portfolio over time. 1, 2, 3. It's easy as BPPE. And if you want to go to the tip top, watch the hustle and profit. YO. Hip hop was not something we were making money with. We were politicking in the neighborhoods, right? That was the older people that the generation before me, that's how they did it. And they created businesses. They became DJs, they became producers, they became engineers. They showed us a whole new hustle. Now, those people became business owners. We saw Dr. Dre. What did he do? He got into hardware. Why are we being cute and clamorous now that we got access to it? Don't we have Raspberry Pis? That's $75. That means we can program on it. You can use Android to program on it. You can use Node.js, like I'm showing you, to program on it. You can put an operating system on it like Linux, which is free, on it. You can write an application system on it. You can do whatever you want on it. You could build your own mining platform on it. I'm working on one. So evidently it's possible if I'm working on it, and I'm an idiot. Gamification is here. So we just got to look at, since everything is gamifying, that means there's more data. Data is the new oil. So where is it all going to be stored? How do we validate that? Oh, can I put up a server to validate your data for you? How much you giving? Oh, you giving that much? I'll validate your data for your company. Let me build up a machine for you. I have a network of machines that I validate for multiple corporations. See, there is the hustle. It's coming. It's here, really. New convert, anti-crypto central bank of Nigeria set to... Really? I didn't even catch this because I was half asleep. Set to launch a digital naira. So again, digital coins, central bank dollar coins. I've been telling you, the CBDCs is the next thing to look at. Am I lying? Hold on. Am I lying? Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying to you? CBDC, IMF. Where did I post this? This was in 3 a.m. Here we go. Here we go, right here. Jump to it. Jump to it. This was back on the 20th, so last week. I said I trade currencies with USDT, so I see nothing wrong with it. I just don't hold a grand majority. It's just another fiat. The United States just doesn't like it because they don't control it. I don't care what the United States cares about, LOL. Their corporation, which is what the United States is, only embodies mine. I have a corporation within the United States shores. I hold USDC because I know that's going to be the central bank coin, and USDT because it's a coin that I can trade with in foreign waters with to be able to earn higher interest rates. DAI, which is another network that I own interest in, that I gain interest in more than the US dollar, and my US pegged stable coin. So when Bitcoin goes high this year, right? So let's go back to so I can give you a strategy. I know some of y'all watch me on a regular, and I appreciate y'all. I know I repeat this stuff, but I also want to remind you because I know sometimes y'all will forget too. I do it so I remind myself. I have to tell myself some of this stuff every day. So if you look at, again, what I'm saying is DAI as my US peg, I'm going over here and I'm talking about the fact that these are all networks that code runs on. So I put money into networks, ABC, CNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, AWS, or Amazon, the sales side, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace before they got their ass handed to them, networks. We say social, but forget the word network. Google is a network of computers that have programming on them to do searches. And we're getting paid in interest for the networks. You get a dividend. That's what these are now. We just got to think of them as dividends. So we now get dividends for holding interest in the network or holding revenue in these networks or buying into these networks. So as we see these spikes, we got to understand that these coins, these are the peg coins for now. And I'm saying USDC will end up being the central bank dollar for the United States. Right? So and I talk about the fact that if you look at the interest rates for USDT in the foreign market is 19%, but if I try to get interest here at the same point in time, it's 8%. So of course they want me out of this coin because they want to be in it by themselves so that they can give me interest in these other coins. I see the hustle. I just got to understand it. I don't have to like it, but I just got to understand it, right? Hold on. I'm trying to get back to my, here we go. So again, you're going to see more. I've been saying CBDC. We're going to start seeing more central bank dollar coins. That's really them starting to shore up the infrastructure. They're going to be using networks that they can have people potentially be on the network, big millionaires and billionaires who want to buy hardware to do the validations for these networks, or countries or central banks that are networked with other banks or other companies or other major companies who have holdings will give money to these coins or systems that they'll make interest off. See, that's the game now. It's data per second. Transactions are the new oil. Data is the new oil, which I've been saying in all my videos. We just got to understand that. Like Rockefeller selling an NFT for $10 million in Ethereum amid his lawsuit. Ensure Russia electricity supply for crypto miners. Again, this is an energy play. Multi-billion-dollar asset management firm buys Bitcoin as the price falls below 30K. Again, that's scarcity at work. Why is Bitcoin lower? Because they've been manipulating it and they knew that the shorts are going to get hammered and they're buying up all of the free Bitcoin on the market, which will guarantee that by the end of this week, when these options expire, this Bitcoin's going to blow the hell up because there's none on the exchanges. They're playing the game I told you in that book, Richest Man of Babylon. This is the game that's being played. The king did not know he was going to need the gold. The people that had money went and purchased gold first, and then just waited for when the king realized he would need to buy the gold, and just had the prices where they needed to be. He was willing to pay anything. They could sell it at whatever value they wanted, shoring themselves up a decent profit. If not, then they could just sell it on the market for a profit any damn way. And they could sprinkle it in to make sure that they would receive decent benefits, and not don't flood the market with it, but sell it off over time as the market dipped to where the market spiked and the demand was high. They just sell it in the seasonal demand seasons, right? So that's how I learned that we have to think of our commodities, all commodities. Anything that people are willing to buy is a commodity. Eggs are a commodity. Wheat is a commodity. Corn is a commodity. People are willing to buy it. If a certain fruit wasn't wanted, the cost of it would go lower, as there's more supply than the demand. And people are like, oh, you know what? Now, because it's wintertime, I want more of this kind of food, like potatoes or corn or other things in the fall time or the winter time. Then those things are going to, depending on how many other people believe that, or really how many farms are disappearing, is that food now becoming more scarce as they don't need as much corn anymore. They're moving into other assets. Oh, people are getting off corn syrup. Oh, we don't need as much corn. Oh, now let's raise the price of all this food that we don't need anymore. Hold on, y'all. It's so annoying. All right, so Amazon wants to hire a digital currency and blockchain product manager. So now while everybody's talking about Amazon's adding Bitcoin, y'all, Amazon's adding jobs in cryptocurrencies. And I bet you they make way more than $15 an hour. See why I teach you to look at tech different? Twitter's plan to integrate global native currency Bitcoin has the following steps, right? So Bitcoin going to all those millions of users. Bitcoin, the great wealth transfer, might be coming sooner than expected. Of course it's coming. People just don't get it. I didn't. I get you don't get it, or I get that the person who might see this in the future don't get it. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. It just matters if there's a scarcity. Is there a scarcity pattern? Yes. Is Bitcoin scarce? Yes. Is it tied to something tangible? Oh, yes. It's tied to hardware, and whether or not that hardware is online or offline. The more transactions it does, the more value the system has, the more higher the price goes. The more it goes down, the more it goes down, the cheaper the thing is. It's going to be the value goes down, the price goes down. So we see correlation to how many hashes to the price. We just saw it. It's right there in front of us. So yes, there is a tangible thing called Bitcoin that's on a tangible machine. And if the machine is off, the price drops. Gotta love that. Ethereum transition to ETH2 gets formal improvement proposal. So we'll see whenever that's going to happen. Remember, I told you that cryptos are going to get hacked? Possible white hacker exploits Thor chain for 8 million, proposes a 10% bounty. So that's what I talked about, bounties on these chains. On which chains are going to survive. They're going to start getting hit. Hackers are going to start hitting it, and they're not going to trust their money. This is how hackers work. This is how pirates work. Hey, I want a new ship, a new vessel to be on. My Bitcoin vessel is oversaturated with idiots, and I want to move on to other vessels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to help you make a better vessel so that if they come into this zone, I am an admiral of this fleet first. Got to think like pirates in anything dealing with tech. Watch Pirates of Silicon Valley for even Steve Jobs flying a pirate flag over the Apple campus. This is pirate hustle. So you got to understand that they're going to hack these systems. They're going to say, give me a bounty. And the ones that get the more hackers to work on their system is the one that's going to have the more secure system, is going to be the one that more businesses will put more money behind. And these people are going to now make money betting into these networks first. That's how this plays out. So that's why I keep an eye on the data plays, right? So Thorchain is on the radar, but they got to go through this beat up process. If hackers are beating this thing up, that means it may, by next year, become one of the solid chains. So I'm going to let it go through its little exodus, and I'm going to wait till it bounces, and then I'm going to catch as much as I can. Catch them if you can, like Pokemon. Let's go. Ultra wealthy warm up to Bitcoin. 50% want exposure according to Goldman Sachs. Of course they do. And now they're going to be buying in. So now not only do you have the shorts having to buy in, but now that all these hundreds of banks, like I talked about for months, hundreds of banks, we're going to get into Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. They now all have it, and now they're offering it to their people. But now they're offering it as futures. You're not even going to get it in your wallet, but you're going to still help the market because you're still going to have to buy it back. Oh, they're playing a dirty game, man. So we're gonna play around them. Bitcoin miners fleeing China may have found a new home. They found many. Don't know why I put food here. That's my fault. Bitcoin about face. Oh, let me see if I can remove this from this. Remove. Yeah, good. I can do that from here. Bitcoin. Oh, I just messed up everything too. Bitcoin about face. JP Morgan opens up crypto trading to all clients. About face. They were going to do this anyway, y'all. Come on now. They are in the custodial market. What does custodial mean? It means, hey, we want to be your safety deposit box. We want you to hand us your goods that you find important and let us hold them for you. And because we know that it has a monetizable format, we want to be able to hold that and give you interest for the holdings. We want to be able to use it to offer it for loans or use it for trading. We want to trade your assets and give it back to you. Or we just want to hold it as custodial, as custodians, right? So yeah, they're going to do this, but we need to see how this runs or whether or not you actually hold your actual coins in a wallet, or you can move your coins from that wallet to your own custody. Cryptocurrency's latest use case, music production? Question mark. Yep. I can see something I want to do with it, especially with Studio One. With the way Studio One's building their whole back end stuff. Imagine if Personas comes up with a coin and you can mix people's music, or not even a coin, or oh yeah. Let's say they have a token, right? Let's say they come up with a token, and that token can be able to be used within the community. And what if it ends up having it's scarce enough that it actually can hold value over the US dollar? And what if you could sell your samples and earn royalties like NFTs on a blockchain that they control? And what if you could then spin up machines and validate for their network, or be part of like the whole infrastructure of how to do music in the future? What if you could do recording online in real time and store that data on a chain, and you holding that data for other people could get you some revenue for monthly services? Oh, yeah, there's stuff here. And I know somebody's going to come up with that stuff. So imagine which production software gets there first. Imagine if FL Studio got there first. That'd be big, right? If you could have FL Studio had a communal way of earning, and it was scarce so that it had its own economy, and you could build like, man, that'd be huge, man. Introducing Rollup, a real world assets NFT launchpad. So like on this thing was like Travis Scott's Nikes. I guess it's gone now, so evidently it was some kind of pump ad. But I think that was interesting that you could see physical shoes be manufactured and you could get a QR code to buy it. So think of that. That's what we were talking about. I've been saying I want to manufacture clothes via my NFTs. And since I can print on demand, that would be a way for me to do so, right? Okay, cool. I got some time to keep looking at what's going on in my day. All right, so Turkey's Young is piling into crypto. So, but there's a better way, whatever. What they're saying here is, again, countries, young people are seeing crypto as the only viable option to get into assets. Again, if a people have interest in it, do I care how anybody feels? No, I am concentrating on whether or not the asset's going to appreciate in value or depreciate in value. Is this a country whose own coin, or excuse me, its own currency or fiat is having issues, and this value is higher than its value? Every country's value is lower than a freaking Bitcoin, and everybody's value is going to be lower to the Bitcoin in the next 4 years when the halving happens again, and Bitcoin goes from 250 500,000. Right? We've got to understand that digital fiat structure is just changing, and we have to change to this new digital format. Right? So we just see more countries are buying in, which will then mean, all right, more people are buying in. More currency, digital fiat, is flooding into a place where it's locking that onto a ledger that is controlled by its in-outs, its flows in and out. Right? So it's locked into these networks. If you buy Ethereum, you're buying it onto if you buy into contracts, you're locking it on the network. If you're buying into Bitcoin contracts, you're locking into networks. If you're buying specific types of currency coins or exchange coins, you're locking into networks. If you're buying into other networks like Elrond or Ethereum or Polkadot or Thorchain or VChain or anything, these are networks. So we just got to understand that and see that. New DeFi futures to enable hedging against Bitcoin mining difficulty. I don't really care about that. And like I said, I told y'all before that, and this is a somber shit, when I tell you that Bitcoin is about the technicians behind the business, when I say that this is a hardware play, this is the first person that I've ever heard of electrocuted for not mining effectively. Right? And he was told by either a friend or a family member, like you see him, he's there buying all these things. Something broke and he put together itself, and you see what he's doing. This is not how you do this. Is that really, fans, y'all? This is not how you secure a network. This ain't how you do it. It's no wonder. And you're in a warm ass climate right now. Thailand. Right? So hold on. I want you to see something, because when I tell you that this is a technology, I need you to understand something. I'm going to search Google, right? Thailand temperature. Right? So right now, we're talking anywhere between the 80s and 90s. Hot, humid. It looks like it's rainy season there, right? So it's hot and humid. These machines need to be in cold. These machines are taking up heat. So if you have AC, which it doesn't look like he has fans. It doesn't look like he's really running this he's running it from a house. Again, look at how this is jacked into a wall, y'all. Look at how this is. And the poor man died. Right? This is what we're dealing with. So when I tell you that this technology, right, that when I tell you that this tech is run by IT professionals who need to get paid to secure up the network, I want to build a mining facility. Right? This is what y'all, this is how he's supposed to be running his ish. This is how you run. This is what you look like. See, when I tell you I'm looking at land to be able to grow and scale. Right? You think that this is one person? You think one person running this? You think one person's running this? This is an operation. Look at all these machines and put $2,000 per machine, y'all. Bitcoin's price, Ethereum's price has systems behind it, y'all. Look at Iceland. Iceland, they can basically pump in cold air. So mining facilities need to be smart about how it transfers out heat. Right now, even submerging these underwater seems to be a thing. So now we're looking at under a liquid cooling and how we handle liquid coolants and what's the byproduct. So we got to look at all this stuff as potentially, this is how it was done. This is not efficient for like the South for me, where my temperatures could get hot, right? We could be talking about 90, 98 degree, 102 degree weather. So I can't be in a big warehouse trying with all this pumping out heat. I got to look at better ways to handle the heat. How do I take this heat that this generates and how do I create energy out of the heat as well? Is there a way for me to take that heat and route it out of or from this system and make it store someplace else? Can I sequester that heat as energy later down the line? This is the things we got to look at. Can we take heat and convert it into other energy? Or do we just, or is this how we, this is not efficient. This is a rush to build, and that's fine. But we've got to understand where money is made is understanding their inefficiencies. This is interesting. It's an outdoor kind of farm, right? Where the air, it seems like the air is blowing out. It's not, it looks like solid walls, but it's kind of interesting what that looks like. Bitcoin mining uses so much, let's see, I can tail it. Canada, right? Smaller mining in the future. Imagine when you got racks and racks on racks of these. Instead of these big machines, what happens when it becomes smaller? More energy efficient. So I said, y'all, there's something coming, and I think this is the next revolution. I think these micro machines are the next revolution. I don't think it's these big ones. I think this is great for them to get into. Let them play this game. We're going to go to the micro machines and make money on those. As the machines get smaller and smaller and smaller, it's going to make more and more sense. So this is why I say be careful in understanding that crypto Bitcoin is not about the speculation on a coin going up and down. It's whether or not miners are willing that every time how much they make gets cut in half, did they buy more machines? Is machine prices up or down? GPU prices up or down? Hardware prices up or down? That lets you know what cycle you're in. Band protocol, Cosmos, Internet of Blockchain links up with DeFi, Oracle, Band protocol. So Cosmos and Band, again, I told you, Cosmos, right? Network, protocol, a network of computers. 5%. This is why I do what I do, y'all. I'm understanding the baselines and I can't get this in my bank account. So I'm putting business assets in places that earn interest for my business, based off of what I'm seeing as repetitive, consistent news linking or navigating down a particular path, especially when it comes to crypto. Decoupling ahead, I told you, Bitcoin and Ethereum may finally snap their correlations. No, not really, not yet. Bitcoin still is the number one coin. It still controls the market. It still has the most money, right? So long as I go to this chart and you look at here, 200,000 is not half of this. So this still controls the market. And you can see when it spikes, everybody wants to go up. When it drops, everybody wants to go down. These will move up. You see how close they are to going up now. So I tell you, Bitcoin controls the water. So I watch the controller, the ocean that be. And that ocean keeps getting larger. These oceans are good and they do some work, but they don't control the networks. This is sold into every network. Every trading pair I do, I can potentially buy it with Bitcoin, if not US dollar coin or US dollar tether. Here, USDT is how I earn, right? Let's hit refresh with the Bitsgap robots. I'll do a quick update right now to show you, right? 9.95. So we keep increasing. We've had these bots just rolling. It's now been rolling for 7 days, and it's made 1% with just under $200. Again, here we go, 1%. It's done that because of these, but we can go longer, 14 days, and see that 2%, 3%, right? So while the market was still tanking, some of these were still doing well, right? So look at this, 6%, 7%, 0, 4%, 6, 0.598, negative 4% up, 3. So you see, running your bots long term, there's reasons why I want long-term revenue, not short-term. There's reasons. And this one is the greatest one. Matic, 4% down, but 9% up. We're still doing transactions and we're still earning. And as Bitcoin now does its run up, my bots just travel. It travel down and they travel up and make some profits. That's what it does. And that's why I show you these things. And even on Coinbase, why I tell you to go to Coinbase is because the Bitsgap robots can trade there, earning you more revenue. I don't have it open. Give me 1 second. I don't have the Coinbase one open. Let me open it up real fast. Bitsgap. Right? Yeah. Let me you. I need this one, log in, and drag it over here, all right? So that we can have both of them. There you go, 9%, right? Investment, $2,000 now, so it's gone up because that's what we had in there. We're out of range here. It's negative, and it did $28, y'all. It took a month and 15 days. So you know what? No, I'm actually not even gonna turn this off. I'm going to leave it alone. Why? We're already spiking. Are we close to coming back into range already? Or are we at the bottom of the range? We're at the bottom of the range. We've fallen out of the range. And it's still falling. I don't understand why. And 8 is still falling. And I don't understand why. But I don't want... You know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Because I believe that all this is going to ride back up. So I just need to give it some more time. So I will just let it go. I don't want to keep buying down. I don't think I want to keep buying down. Or maybe I should buy down. Hold on. You know what? I am going to. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to keep letting my bot make some more money. There we go. I'm just going to give it some more transactions to make some more revenue. What did it do? It had 0.003 BTC when we first last did it. So we're going to, and we only had 20 grid levels. So this is one of those older ones we were doing. 298. We're also going to add a little bit more money to it, right? We're going to add a little bit more cash to this. We'll give it about $120, about 0.002. And then we're going to zoom you down, zoom. Then we're going to zoom up. And I can't have 100 grid lines, and that's fine. I just need to get this below, so now I'm there. And I can't have 100 grid lines, so let's see what I can. 84 is nice. Okay, 84 is, nope, still not there, because I'm seeing adjust grid levels. So I'm going to keep going down until my grid levels actually work. And it looks to be around 35. Can I get 40? I can. Can I get 50? 44. So the most I can do is 42, 98. So that's what we're going to do. We got 298, 2.98% on the grid lines, 42 grid pairs. It's going to give us at least a little bit more time than the 20 So if it drops even more, we don't have to babysit it. We're going to sell a little bit of new to go ahead and grab some of these trades. And now we'll wait for this transaction to get in. While I'm waiting, let me get back over here. Right. Keep an eye on this. Give me a moment. I just want to make sure this actually does the transaction. It's been filled. And then let me just verify, because I want the bot to be trading. I don't want it to crash while I'm working and not see it. Where's my lines? Why is my lines not filling up? Okay, my lines are starting to fill up. All right, there we go. Bot started. That's what we needed. So, you see? That's what we do. And that's how we did it 4 days ago for this one, right? And then while the market was still playing down, what do? We still earned a slight percentage over. Right? BTC, USDC. So I'm telling you, this is how you play your interest game while you're playing your markets. So what I'm talking about is the fact that there is going to be a decoupling for Ethereum and Bitcoin, but right now it ain't gonna be it. Not when Bitcoin's pulling the market up. And I told you, as we get closer and closer, we already broke this significant, not a significant line, but we broke through one of these weekly lines, right? And it's gonna fight this line for a while. But again, as we get closer and closer to this date, August 2nd, as we get closer, the expirations options are going to expire. These people thought it was going to be 30,000. They are not going to get it there. It's not going to happen, y'all. Look at where we're at. And the people are already running. See, just because we hold crypto, we got to think about the scared people that we got in Bitcoin, right? You got to think options have the same problem. And as you get closer to your options expiration and you are on the wrong side of that trade, the more you wait is the more you're going to lose. And you want to be out fast when you realize the trade ain't going your way. So watch. It's going to be an exodus within the next 2 days. Within the next few days, there's going to be an exodus as people buy into Bitcoin. All these options buy into Bitcoin. They got to buy them back, and that pushes this up. So now we know why. That line I put there, didn't know it a couple weeks ago. I now know because the news told us. So let's see. Elon Musk praises Bitcoin. This is 4 days ago. Engine on the cusp of a massive rally. Again, the virtual gaming industry. SEC chairman says cryptocurrency falls under security-based swap rules. Try that when it's really DeFi. 60% of the uber rich family offices considering crypto. So now we're talking about family wealth. We're talking about corporations owned by families, big families are getting into crypto through these major institutions now. So let's not play cute in commerce. It's still scarce. They ain't doing this for us. They're doing it for them. We just happen to be here now while they are getting their wealthy people in after us. That's why I'm not getting shaken out of my coins. I'm staying where it is. What I'm going to do is just let it play up and let it play down. I'll be out before they will. And so will you if you play like I'm playing, right? Not financial advice, just good strategy. Polygon sets up a 100 million fund for NFT gaming projects. This is huge. So now Polygon wants to get heavy into this gaming market and is putting 100 million up for it. That 100 million is going to be to like maybe one company to win, and if that game is dope enough, they win that puts Polygon into a whole nother stratosphere. Polygon Studios, I told you, y'all, how we think about media has to change. Now Polygon has its own media company because they hold data, y'all. So now if this media company allows me to put my data media on it and I can build a media company off of it, could I not call myself ToxicHustle Studios if Polygon Studios is doing it? Do we not think we're going to see a brought to you by Polygon Studios in the future for gaming? This is like EA Sports. This is like the birth of new industries. This is crazy. With 2.4 billion transactions, NFT market defies expectations in the second quarter of 2021. DeFi is another engine. It's another beast. NFTs are another engine, another beast. It's how you lock value on these networks for your assets. Again, earning off of your work. Works carry weight. They are data, and they'll have more data for wherever they're being used, giving you more use cases and more possible revenue streams. SEC commissioners had it with the Bitcoin ETF obstructionists. They want an ETF so bad now. Now they're pissed off. I don't give a damn at this point, because for me, it don't matter. It's just another reason Bitcoin goes up. I can be patient. They're the ones that are freaking the hell out now. Where's my ETF? We've been waiting for 4 years, bro. And we don't even care if it comes out this year. If you're in your second season, third season, you're just like, whatever. Everybody else in the world's going to do it. America wants to think that they're holding things together. And as they're losing the technical race and losing the AI supremacy and losing the infrastructure war with, Facebook and all these American companies soon. Look, y'all don't understand. TikTok's a Chinese company. Y'all don't get that. Let me say that again. TikTok is a Chinese company. TikTok has your data. TikTok means China is in the US data aggregation play. They can now charge ads to US people and bring that US fiat for advertising right home to the motherland of China. Or the fatherland. I don't know what they call it there. You see, this is a game, y'all. It's a fiat game, and we just don't understand that we didn't really matter. It was gold, and they said, oh, we're not going to use gold no more. So then it just became this amorphous ideal of value. Now we're trying to lock back value down to certifiable things. Okay, what made Google valuable? How many transactions people search every month? What made Facebook valuable? How many active users they have monthly? What made Twitter valuable? How many active posts or active users they have daily? Data. What makes Netflix important? How many people watch Netflix monthly? How many new subscriptions? How many lost subscriptions? What makes the cable network not as valuable? How many channels are you watching that are playing the same show over and over because they're not creating anything new? Really? Or they create shows like Ridiculousness, which are using your own data to shore up its advertising. It's cheap media. And they're so lazy, they're not giving you anything new because they don't have to. And then they just play those shows over and over and over, trying to get them into syndication, which is 100 shows. And then they're making those royalties and the syndication across markets, earning those micro transactions. See, that's been the hustle for years. We just ain't been on the game to understand the data. Nielsen ratings is nothing more than a ledger. The Nielsen ratings, how many billboard is another rating system. It's centralized. We just getting rid of that too. Oh, I don't need your ratings for me. My data is everywhere. I just need to aggregate it myself. Now I just need to aggregate my own data to show people how valuable my data is. So when I'm in the Discord, right? As I said in the beginning, I love my shorty, yup, I love my chick, is because I told my girl, by the end of this cycle, I'm going to be one of the foremost speakers about cryptocurrencies. Why? Because I'm the one that told everybody about the pattern of the dip while things were crashing around us. I kept you sane through the entire thing. For my own edification as well, because I needed to keep myself sane. Right? And I've been telling you since back here, hey, watch it. And if you go and scroll up, I put everything in the damn Discord. Hey, I told you these dips were coming. Get ready. We're going to get a pump rise right here. Getting ready for the run up. Here's the arrow that we now are living in. We're living in that arrow right now. I'm telling you about Elron. I told you that there's an employment exodus. I'm telling you real estate is a new monopoly game because they're doing it for hardware and power. We need to build applications in a decentralized way. In June, I told you the June 21st, I said, hey, this dip is coming, and it came. Bumps in the dumps. The back end, how manipulative it is. Who's manipulating it and how much money he was using to manipulate it. Hey, be careful. Summer run up. I even say here, as I scroll up, seasonal dip zone was coming. I warned you the seasonal dip. I said, hey, tribe, don't get gas too soon on Bitcoin running up. This is going to be July 3rd. Remember, we're in a potential dip zone. If you look at that graphic where that dip zone is, and you look at the ticker right, we're in the weekly. You look at this dip zone, you look at the ticker here. I am calling this, and it's a negative day. Notice what I'm showing you. I'm calling this, and I'm saying, don't get caught if this runs up. It's going to come back down here in this dip zone. Then, if you go down further, I'm talking about it. You see that it's spinning, right? And then as we scroll down further, where I say called it, look where the arrow is. Look at the, oh, this is in the daily. Hold on, this is not it. I want to show you apples to apples, not an apple to oranges. So give me a second, because I was in the daily and that's not the weekly. I got to call it from the weekly chart. Here's the weekly chart. Here's that arrow I talked about. Here's the arrow I circled and I said it was in a negative. Look what happened. Did it get green? Yes, it did. Then what happened? It fell, right? And that goes to what I was saying. If we now go back where I was, don't get gas too soon on it running up. The ticker went up. Remember, we're in a potential dip zone and it goes down. Then this green is going to come up, and it's going to act within the 4th week of July. What are we in? The 4th week of July. Well, really like the 5th week because it's an earlier month, but it's expirations are happening. That's why. The 2nd and 4th week of July, if we see breakouts, they're correlating to options expirations. Fridays, options expire every 2 weeks. Okay, there we go. So we start seeing when these correlations are coming and if they're correlating closer to option expiry. Jump to present, right? So now if you look at these charts, everything went the way it went, and we've got the run up now happening like we said. So when we go back to the news, right? And I tell you, this commissioner has had it with people obstructing the ETF. I'm telling you, ETFs come and go. It doesn't matter. We have a system to watching what's happening with Bitcoin. Whenever this comes, it's just going to be another reason for Bitcoin to go up. Whether or not that comes or not, we're going to know whether or not it comes in. If we do get an ETF, I bet you it'll come around here. And if we do get another canceling of an ETF from them, we'll say it's around here. So, startup that lets you race NFT horses has raised 20 million from whatever this is. I don't know what that is. So, I said this in a video. I called it in one of my videos. I'm going to have to start getting an AI to start going through all my content. I want to do this with MG's content too. Start itemizing this. I just need to make money for it because it costs hardware. It costs. So I need to get a way to do this and an effective way for us to earn from it. And if there's a crypto that does this, I'm going to be looking at that. So again, see, processes for earning. If I can get a process done, hey, I can download my video via API. I can upload it to a system via API. It can do the transcription via API or via its hardware and send me the information, not say via API, but send me the information or give me access to it from a download point and say, is this okay? Oh no, I need it re-rendered again. It glitched out or something, right? I'm not paying for it until it gets done. Now back here, planning a spasmatic app. I talk about apps. The fact that they're stacking coins. They want your crypto. I talk about Chinese miners moving to America. I tell you that there's a new gaming world we need to start thinking about. Where is the smart money? Like smart contracts. In the gaming space, somewhere I want to say, I want to say it's this one. It might be this one. It might be this one. It might be in these two. Might be. Like I said, I have to look at it. But I say something about the fact that what happens if you, like when you talk about these games like Axie Infinity, right? So like Axie, A-X-I. A-X-I-E, right? Axie Infinity. Here we go. The number 52 coin right now is $37, y'all. I showed you this coin when it was 18. I didn't get into this coin. I just didn't. I got into Gala. Instead of just one gaming company, I got access to a bunch of them getting on this network, on the Gala network. Right? And that's the reason why I made my play. But it doesn't change the fact that I was at $18.48 when I think I showed y'all. And it's going to keep going up because they're people building entitled on. Let me show you something. Let me drag this out and go to the news. Boom, 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 boom. Millennials make 25,000% returns on a new crypto that blends gaming and blah, 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 right? Captivate, I could go all the way to $100. Binamon NFT game on the way to be the next Axie Infinity on the Binance Smart Chain. Because that's an Ethereum contract one, which means it would be expensive. Ethereum game and token Infinity taps another all-time price high. Doubles down on price Wednesday. Axie Infinity players face captcha issue when logging into Mavis Hub. So there's like problems with the gaming, but how playing Axie Infinity NFT game helps Filipinos earn income. Remember I told you, when you look at a foreign country, don't look at what you think. Look at foreign countries whose dollar is way below the US dollar and say, oh, wait. I've got a coin that's over $30. So if I mine some animals in a virtual world and I sell them to other people, then I convert that on an exchange, right? I'm showing you fiat right now. I'm showing you a fiat. Whether or not you understand it, for me, MySpace was fiat. I'll explain. MySpace was my fiat for a while. PayPal was my intro exit. How? I had a PayPal debit card, business debit card, and then I could swipe at any ATM to get my money out. So then I was like, oh, then I just have to get anybody that'll pay me PayPal. I know how to do graphics. I'll make CD covers. I'll make MySpace layouts. I'll sell that on MySpace layouts to people on MySpace, making $50 per person. And I could have liquid. If I do 2 a day, I got $100 a day. And I only need to find 2 people a day. All I had to do was use a robot to then, which was a Friend Blaster back in the day. I could use a program called Friend Blaster and blast, again being a pirate, blast all these people in a certain zip code who were trying to get into, let's say, I would sit there and say, okay, who's coming to a particular coliseum? Well, then who's going to be in that area? Okay, right around that weekend, what's going to end up happening is a bunch of freaking people are going to want to get shows and want to get their CDs and get exposure. So I'm going to market in that zone for people who want to get MySpace layout sites so that they can try to hand a person a business card or a CD with their MySpace ID, and they want to make sure their CD cover looks dope and their MySpace layout. So I might be able to get $75 by designing the CD cover for $25 and designing the MySpace layout for still for the $50, and I'll charge $65 just for the layout if you just want that, or if you want a package deal of $75, you get a CD cover and the layout. Boom, now I can get 2 of those. I can now get even more profit for doing the same damn graphic. And then I could add Facebook when that came, right? Because Facebook headers, and then YouTube headers. And I just started adding more and more options and kept making more and more money until it just fell through when everybody was doing it. And I was like, well, I'm out. I made my money in it and I moved into other things, which was then getting into digital currencies. But they were different at the time. They weren't blockchain. So then you can say, I can make money in this game, right? It's now $37. I can go to any of these exchanges, Uniswap, Binance, Kraken, Gate.io, Sushi Swap, Kucoin, Bancor. So all these places, Paraswap, PancakeSwap, Crypto.com, that's a regular exchange in the United States, right there. Bitcoin.com. So all these places have it. Kraken, right? That's an American exchange. So that's why I said if you look at exchanges, I could go onto these exchanges and get my coins and move them to my wallet. Right? So if I wanted to trade into US dollar Tether, like any of these people, like there's places in other, there's people in other countries, right? So if they cash out to their USDT, right, they're going to get US dollar for cashing out. So they just need to go to their exchange of their choice, cash the hell on out. This is the volume. So they can just say, who's got the highest volume? Oh, I'm going to go to these places to make sure that's my liquidity. And then once you have it in US dollar token, you can then just put that on, you can change that to USDC 1-for-1 and put that on your Coinbase card. Which it's not on the screen anymore. So I'm showing you an economy for somebody in a whole nother country in which their dollars are not as good as ours. So that's why you look at this, at Axie Infinity, you look at this race NFT horses thing, and don't you see that that's kind of the same thing? Hold on. What is Axie Infinity? Because I just closed out, right? I want to show you, just in case you have not seen it, you can click on CoinGecko. I showed you, I put the Axie Infinity, you can put it in the search. I just knew the ticker, which was AXS, or Axie. Right? And then you have it pull up, and now that you have it here, you can click on the actual website link and you go here, and they're doing the browser check on me. I'm human. Oh, really? Really, yo? Airplane. Hold on, yo. I hate this crap. It has to happen while I'm doing work, right? So there you go. Right? So here you are, you have your website that's hooked to a system of a code or a decentralized application. So I'm scrolling out. Here's gamification, Axie Adventure, battle, breeding, right? So the breeding, you can breed them, you can train them, and then you can have adventure games. So again, people are playing this. Ubisoft, again, a big gaming thing. Maker, big game financing thing. Kyber, a network. Binance, a network. Avi, interest earning, right? Samsung, which is the TVs and phones. So that's the apparatus that gaming, tablets, the apparatus that you can game on, right? Where the ARM chips are. ARM chip gaming instead of Intel hardware-based PC Mac gaming. You've got iOS, Android gaming because there's more devices in that small form factor of phones and tablets than there are for the desktops, except for servers, of course, right? So that's what we're looking at, a new demographic of earning, because look, the currency's over that. So imagine Second Life, an infrastructure or universe unto itself. If it was over the dollar when I first came in, I would still be there making money. But again, it's still $100 below the US dollar, $200, 200 and change below, 240 last time I checked, below the US dollar. I'm going to be in places where it's above the US dollar, right? Which is one of the reasons I like GALA. Open this in a new tab. One of the reasons I like this, and it was 1 cent when I got in. It is now 2 cents, and I gotta buy more. No, it's done 13%. And I've been talking about it. I've been showing you I've been showing you in the Discord, right? I'm not full of crap. I'm straight up with you. Straight up now, tell me. Gala. I got the Gala node up and running. Already mined Gala in my treasure chest. I keep telling you it's a pirate lifestyle. Treasure chest. There it is. And I licensed it. I bought one. And now it's earning Gala. It's earning a lot of Gala. I'm going to be holding this because this will be like Bitcoin at some point in time as why? It's got way more. Max supply. Way more. Don't get me even started. I know that is crazy, stupid, redunculous. This is how much circulating supply it is. We're already at 7 billion, right? We're talking about when it's fully it's max supply. Here we go. The max supply, not the fully diluted valuation, but the max supply is in the, this is the thousands, this is the millions, and it's a 50 billion point. Now that's big, and of course that's why the price is low. And remember, Bitcoin is right here, 21 million. So its price is because it's only this much circulating. We've got more O's over here. So of course, more O's mean we're going to be lower in price. But why am I interested in Gala? Why? What is Gala going to do? Gala is already proving what it's going to do by, if you just go to the games, in development, Spider Tank, Morandis, Star Town's already playing. So this is like Farmville. Kind of like, right? If you go back to your old stuff, and that the makers of that are in this world. Fortify. So I just showed you I showed you Axie Infinity. I showed you how much it is. Now let's look at Axie Infinity's, let's look at its tokenomics, right? AXS again. I want to open that in a new window again. Actually a new whole window, because I want to be able to swap back. So let's see. Again, go to the overview. Here we go. Max supply. See? There's a difference, right? We are in the max supply is showing you, or your total supply, right? So basically your total supply is still in the millions. So this makes sense because we're still got scarcity. At some point, this game's going to grow, think Pokemon, and this price may go. But again, it's one game, so I don't know how this plays long term. It's an interesting position. I just have to look at other gaming companies. Do we have a gaming company on the stock market with one game? Could Axie Infinity be the only one? It could be one that does that, or it might be that it has its own universe and world and everybody loves it and it stays that way and that's it. I don't know. It could be the next Pokemon. I don't know. This is new for no, right? This is new for Naga. So I'm just saying, this is over $1. There's people working in here, mining and gaming, so they're breeding and building these things that earn them money in the future, right? And the same thing, if you look at Gala, and then you look at the games Gala's rolling out, like visit the store. See? Miranda Stadium skins that can be sold. What if you can get in the skin market, right? In the future, if it opens up for that, or they know you do a whole bunch of stuff and they want you to work for them, right? So there's a situation happening. You can see, like, that's 0.02 ETH. Like, that's expensive for what this little piece is. Like, hold on, what is that? What is that price in US dollar? Right? Let's look at this. I'm gonna copy this. All right, let's go new V. ETH to USD. So that's $52, y'all. This one little piece is $52, and that's 50% off. So that means it's over $100. for a turntable, boom turntable, whatever that is for the game, right? So again, I'm telling you, there's like the game is beginning to roll out things, and some of them, you know, are expensive to play this game. Like I don't. That's why I say I don't know how this works. I don't know how it builds itself in the future. I don't know how all this universe works right now or how it's going to work soon. I just know that it's beginning to bubble out now. So when I see the news about a horse race NFT, I'm like, do I see that becoming a thing where people are training? Somebody comes up with a thing that you can train horses or upgrade your horse or do things, and now you can run them in these betting places, and you can have them like the new horse circuits could be digital ones. Hold on. Is that even a thing now, right? Digital. I know. Digital horse racing. Provably fair digital horse racing game. Digital 100K. Digital horse races is in May. NFT horse racing in May. News. Invest in a startup behind virtual horse racing platform. And St. Horse. Digital horse racing platform. Raises 20 million. Adds crypto stud fees. So you have your horses that are your studs, and you can charge people to be able to mate and mare with your studs. Virtual horse racing. Here we go. Pokemon. Right? Gotta catch them all, but now it's with horses. Then you put that on somebody wants to gamble based off of your horse and how well it performs, and you earn money curating these horses, steeds. Gamification, y'all. Goldman Sachs reportedly near half his rich office clients want crypto. It wasn't Bitcoin mining. All 3,800 PlayStations played FIFA to get prizes and resell them. Guys, the business is already happening. Here you go. I'm going to show you. FIFA. I'm just going to put buy FIFA. Oh, there you go. Right in there. Buy FIFA points. Buy FIFA coins, PS4. Buy PS5. Is there any FIFA coins? Buy FIFA coins, PS4, PS5. Here you go. And then we'll go into this, because I know this. I've been at this place before. Comfort trade. What's that? Let's look at that. There we go. 2,000 or $2? What is that? $2? I think that's $2. I think the comma means $2. Let me see. Right. Use it's a USD. Yeah, that can't be $2,000. Let me find someplace else where the thing isn't so weirding to me. There we go. Let's see. What's gaming? Mr. Geek. Just be good to me. Woo woo woo. Dum 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 dum. Booyah. FIFA 21. Xbox, PC, or PS4. PS5. From, okay, what we got on PS5? FIFA 21. I don't care about those other. Delivery method, delivery series, stock, 100K, minimum for 200,000, 3 cents. I don't know what that means. Delivery method, what does this mean? If I want 200, there we go. So if I need 200 delivery speed, 51,000 coins, right? So if I need 50,000, 50K, nope, 200K is the minimum, but he doesn't have 200K. That doesn't make any sense then. Stock, minimum purse is 200K. You don't even have enough to fit the minimum stock, bruh. Damn. So really, he's got stock of 8 million. Minimum purchase again to 200K, so we can go to Sunrise because he actually has it. So there you go. If I want 200,000 coins, I pay $10. So that's why these things are so cheap, right? I'm showing you a business model that's been running for a while. It wasn't Bitcoin mining. All 3,800 PlayStation played FIFA to get prizes and resell them. Fiat. Digital. Fiat. A digital marketplace for gaming. Fiat. This is everywhere. For multiple games. Buy game tokens. Right? Let's look at that. Let's look at the buy game token space, right? Here we go. Buy game tokens. Shopbattle.net, huh? World of Warcraft. Available purchase in game. Okay. Call of Duty, Diablo. Huh? I don't think they sell tokens like that here. Game tokens at an affordable price, right? Even AliExpress, buy game tokens with free shipping. Really? Really, AliExpress? Oh, not the same tokens. Nope, not the same tokens. Definitely not the same tokens. Okay, buy game points, I guess, right? It'll be game points. Buy video game currency points at the best price. Let's try like buy Madden. Oh, there we go. Let's try buy Madden. So I know Madden sells stuff. Madden coins. There we go. Buy Madden coins. And where is our typical? There we go. Typical people that IG Vault. There we go. I've seen that name just now with the other coin. So there we go. So here we go. Right? So there you are. $6.33. $4.22. So again, I'm showing you there's businesses that are happening in the real world video games, and this is where like sell to us, right? So here is you sell. You want to sell to this, submit all my selling information. The server, RuneScape, see? If you're playing RuneScape, MapleStory, I guess that's the only two they want right now. And what product they want. Gold for cash, power leveling, fire caps and quests. So it's just interesting. You see there's markets being made. Again, here's another market. Right? If we go to IG Vault, what is it selling? FIFA, NBA 2K, Fortnite. Let's look at Fortnite. That's a big game, right? What can you buy at Fortnite's? Outfit. 85 outfits. 85 skins, full access, $48. 174 outfits. Gliders, dances. So you can see people are selling items $103. 7 days warranty. 100 skins, full access, $90. This is a business, y'all. This is a business that's running in the world of regular tech and digital. And that's what's now transforming over to our worlds, right? So let me look at my time and just make sure I am on. All right. Yep, I'm on. So, So Bitcoin asset class. So we saw all these already. This was what I talked about last week. Let's look at the quick news and see what's going on. Dogecoin signs as Bitcoin and Ethereum prices recover from a summer slump. We already know why. This is the Uniswap thing we talked about, which is a problem. Because now that's not really DeFi if you're actually restricting stuff. Top DeFi token surges. Bitcoin takes aim at 40,000. Well, that's because we know what's happening. The options periods are expiring. Ethereum hits a 3-week high as crypto markets rebound. Everything's going up because the shorts are getting crushed. We talked about all these things. Jim Cramer doesn't know anything about blockchain, so don't really worry about what he says. Mainstream cryptocurrency, if they can get their updates done on time, yes. This new crypto sector could drive broad market rally. I believe that's going to be what they're talking about here. NFTs and gaming. Play to earn. Integrating decentralized sandbox is another play to earn game. Axie Infinity. Sand, right? Let's look at that. That's another play to earn game. SAND. Sandbox, right? Open this up in a new window. 61 cents. Over a US dollar. What does it look like? So that y'all don't think I'm being like cute and clamorous with this, yush. The Walking Dead is coming. Brand new experience, limited, blah, 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 blah. And there you are. The Sandbox, The Walking Dead. Looks like Legos and such shit, right? Or that other world, I can't even remember the name of it, but you see. Look at its partners, The Walking Dead, Hell's Kitchen, Care Bears, Mickey, Atari, Roller Coaster Tycoon World, The Smurfs. Sandbox. I would become a landowner, buy land. You can do stuff with the land, right? Why sand? Assets in the sandbox. I tell you about metaverse. That the metaverse is important. Look at your building. So again, there's virtual products, virtual places my music can go, virtual things I can design. I can put my clothes on other virtual assets and bring them into other virtual games. That's what we have to get past, all right? What else we got? So we know this is important. This is big. This is why I'm in Gala, because I want to make money on the having servers up. Suspect in alleged crypto fraud offers to repay victims. That also brings markets up. Hula hunts for a digital currency and blockchain lead. I told you, investments in the chain are coming everywhere. And people, Amazon can become a bank. Amazon can become its own bank on chain. Just like you can become your own bank by doing your own interest payments with your own robots. Crypto companies establish presence, hire talent in Ireland. They're hiring. Like I'm just showing y'all. Whales quickly add Litecoin. They're buying up everywhere. They're buying up everything. Uniswap, blah, blah, blah. Ethereum coins, huh? Who's the coins in Ethereum that are going to be important? Small love potion. I don't know what that is. SNT, that's sentiment. Yeah, maybe. Sand, there we go. Sandbox. Mana, Decentraland, game, right there. There's another game. So game. Sentiment is betting against things up and down. First on Sentiment's list, small love potion. SLP tokens are earned by users who play blockchain-based Axie Infinity and can be used to generate or breed new digital pets called Axies. So SLP gets you Axie upgrades, right? That's interesting. That I gotta go. Y'all, I gotta do a two-part on this one. I might have to come back later. I might start off where I left off here. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to come back and I'm gonna do a two-parter today and come back and look at some more of this stuff, because there's some more stuff popping up for us to earn money, and I'm like, I'm starting to see some stuff. So I'm going to leave it here. I'll be back later. We're going to do a part 2 on this because I got to go. So I'll be back. Y'all be safe. I will try to be safe myself out on these streets. See you soon.